here we are. We're here at AEW. Who would have thought that we would be sitting here in this situation, right?
I mean, if you look at my career, I've had more turns than NASCAR. So this is probably, this is one like, yeah, we all saw that coming.
No, not at all.
I didn't see it coming.
I don't think anyone saw this coming.
No, this was a very quick decision that was made in a matter of 48 hours for me.
So how did that all happen? Like, I mean, because it blew my mind when I heard this. I was like, wait, what? Because you've been with WWE for over 20 years.
Over 20 years, yeah. For me, it was just, I think just creatively, it was just frustration. You know, I've gone back and forth with Paul Heyman and Bruce Pritchard and Vince. And I had some medical issues a couple of years ago where I had some problems with the hip real bad. And you know how things are there, that if you kind of get out of the loop a little bit, it's real hard for them to work you back into the loop.
Yeah.
No matter how much talent you have, no matter how much you have to offer. And it was just frustrating to me because, I mean, yeah, sure, I was making money. I worked once against Drew after WrestleMania there. And then I did the small angle with Randy.
Yeah.
And I did a couple of things. Like I came in to be partners with Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. And then, that went out. And it's like, I need more than this, guys. Like I've never been ever a sit on the bench guy. I'm not going to take money, just sit at home and be happy like a little princess. That's not my deal. I like to work for my money. I like to earn it, and I like performing. I think I went 18 years in WWE without missing a single Europe tour.
Wow.
Spring or fall.
That's a lot. And for people that don't understand that, I mean, those trips are grueling.
Yeah.
No matter what. Let alone what travel's like for you.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and people said that show, how do you fit on this plane? How do you do that? And it was like, I just had to do what I had to do. I had two choices. I could go to work or I could not, and it's just all an attitude, and I loved doing what I'm doing. I think that was the biggest thing that was a letdown for me was not being able to get something going creatively, because, and I've known, Vince for a long time, and he gets focus and he gets blinders on and he's, doing what he's doing. It's real hard to be that squeaky wheel that gets the grease. And
especially if you're not at TVs
if you're not at TVs and you're just sitting there and nobody is like, hey, Paul Wight's still alive. Paul Wight's he's cleared. He can work. He can work. And it just got frustrating to the point of I just got frustrated with trying to knock on the door. And they were trying to use me for other things. They wanted me to do, the community relations things, which is stuff I love to do anyway. But they were trying to do me a favor, I think, and like put me out in Shady Pines. And, I don't want to be in Shady Pines. I tried to tell them, like, look, don't put me in Shady Pines. And, so I had an opportunity to do something else and I took it. And here's the thing, I've talked to Vince, I've talked to Kevin Dunn, nobody's mad, nobody's upset.
That's good.
It's not an anger thing. Like, the day I saw Vince called me and wished me all luck and said I'm gonna be a big asset for AEW and have a good time and all that. I mean, I've done a lot of things with them. So for me to turn around and try to bury WWE, it's not about that. It's just business,
And the fact that the way the business is now, the fact that this opportunity is a thing that's available is like, oh my God.
It's unbelievable. I get to work with younger talent. I get to work in an environment where I can really, really contribute.
Yeah.
I can do color commentating, which has always been, we've talked about this for years. And this is like, I'm excited about it. I hope I don't, screw the pooch on this one.
No, you'll be great.
I hope so.
You'll be great.
Otherwise I'm just going to put a bag over my head and never show my face again.
Trust me, I tried to do that for a while. It didn't work.
It didn't work. But, and then I'm going to hopefully get the opportunity to work with some of these guys. There's a lot of younger talent here that are bigger guys that I can really help and bring them along and find out who they are, and I can still perform in front of the fans. I mean, when you have more to contribute and you have more in the tank to give, you want to give it. I know this is going to come to an end someday. I know it will. Not for a while, yeah.
Not for a while. And now it's on your own terms.
It's on my own terms.
You're in the driver's seat. You're not knocking on someone's door waiting for someone to respond to an email or tell you where you can be. Like, you're totally in control.
It is. And you have any idea how unreal that feels?
Yeah, I do.
It's ridiculous. Like, I mean, even a simple fact where I called Revolution the other night, I called it Evolution. Because Elevation's the new show that I'm doing.
I will say the names get a little.
You know, like there's a lot of tongue twisters going in there.
Yeah.
You know, but nobody jumped my ass. No, you know, I didn't have somebody. What are you, stupid? You know,
damn it!
Show Jesus, you don't know the name of the goddamn pay-per-view.
You ruined it. Now no one's gonna buy it.
No one's gonna buy it. It's your fault. You know, like
we've been there.
You know, but you know, again, you know, you're working for a guy who's a perfectionist, who holds himself to a higher standard and holds everyone else around him to that standard.
Yes.
You know, and that's
it can be hard to work under those situations.
It can be hard to work under those situations because even if you have, you know, my favorite line with Vince is I'll take it under advisement, which means shut the f up. I don't want to hear it anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which is, you know, I've been, you know, this will really, I'll take it under advisement. Well, that's the end of that.
Yeah.
You know,
period.
That's the end of that. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to get knocked out by the mechanical bull. Okay, here we go. But, you know, but at the same time, I learned so much from working there and how to do things and how to be an entertainer and psychology and all that stuff, that these are tools that I can help younger guys with. Not necessarily that style of philosophy, because, you know, the environment over there is created to be a very competitive Shark Tank environment. Yeah. It's done that way by design because the guy at the top is a fighter, you know, and that's what he does. He wants confrontation. He wants people thinking about the product as much as he is. Yeah, it is. And he wants all the dogs running his pack are all the same way. They're snarling for every scrap. You know? Yeah, you got to be afraid to step on toes. You know what I mean? And that's a great environment, but at the same time, sometimes it isn't conducive for being as creative as you want to be, you know, because when that one person has a vision, that's the vision that's mandated and followed. Mm-hmm. Whether, you know, you have a different insight, even if it's not about yourself, but about a different talent, you want to help them. And I think myself, because I've had the unique opportunity in my career the last 4 decades.
Oh my God, isn't that crazy to say?
Yeah, it is, because I still remember being like long-haired and green as
you
grass.
You had a great head of hair, man.
I did.
It was really beautiful. You're still handsome.
No, but back then I was like a 7-foot Jason Momoa, and now it's kind of like GQ Shrek, maybe.
No, it's not.
I mean, you know,
you kind of like steal the spotlight in a room anywhere you go.
Well, I'm bigger than the sun, so I can't help but steal it. Like,
that helps.
It helps, you know, when a shadow looms, like, oh, there he is. So, but you know, that's what I'm excited about this opportunity. Is all the people I've worked with, from Savage to Hogan, Jim Duggan, Sting, Flair, Arn Anderson, John Cena, Batista, Randy, Hunter, Kane, Taker. You know, I was thinking the other day, when you think about, you know, and I was just talking to Tony, I probably have more 3-way matches than anybody here in this company. Yeah. I probably have more cage matches than anyone here in this company.
That's a very valid point.
You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things that I have done, tag teams and stuff, like, because I've been around for a little bit. For a long time. I've been around. Like, my first match was in Egypt on a chariot. When God said, let there be light, I flipped the switch. No, but all that knowledge and experience, I want to give to the younger talent. I want to make them embrace themselves, because it sucks to be green, to be in a business where you're getting, basically, you're making more money than you ever imagined making in your life, and not being confident in who you are as a talent because you're not sure of who you are yet.